Hi, here we want to create purchase order in Zoho Books. So the first thing you do is to check if it has been enabled. And how do you know? You click on purchases, you see from here purchase order. If you don't see this purchase order from your end, it means you have to enable it. So go to settings, under preferences you go to general, then from general you have to make sure that this box is checked, the purchase order box. And we still have sales order also, so that is already selected, so that is why we could see the purchase order from our menu here. So next thing we'll do now, let's go ahead and create the purchase order. We've created an item and we've also created a vendor. So these are the necessary items that we would need in order for us to make an order. So let's go ahead and create new purchase order. From here, the vendor name is important, is compulsory. All these with the asterisk numbers are all compulsory for you to fill. The delivery address, you can either get the item delivered to Prime Hub, to your own facility, or you direct the vendor to supply the goods to your customer. In that case, you have to select the customer from the drop-down menu. Otherwise, you go with the organization. Then the purchase order number P0PO0001. This is automatically generated by Zoho Books. But if you want to enter that manually, maybe you have a manual purchase order that you also create, or any other information you need to add, you can click on that gear button and click on enter purchase order manually, order number manually. But in this case, we will allow Zoho Books to enter it automatically. If you have a reference number, let's say there was a sales order that received, and it necessitates you to make this order, you can enter the reference order number here. The date for this creation is 19th of December 2024. Then if you have a delivery date that you have in mind to receive this particular item, you click, let's say 21st of December, which is on Saturday. Then if you have a preferable shipment method preference, you can select that. Then the payment terms also has been set to 15, because while creating this vendor, we selected payment terms for 15 days. Now over here, this is where you are going to select the item you are making order for. So you can click on the drop in the box and select ITEL P65. Okay, and these are the necessary informations. So then how many quantity we want to order for, you can just put it as a 20, for instance. So 20 times 120,000 is going to give you 2.4 thousand. Okay, then with that you can still select other items, but for now we're going to select just one item and then go ahead. Now if there's a discount for this particular item in percentage or in naira, you can include that here. If it's in percentage, if you had 5%, let's say 550 or 5 in this way, you see this is 5% of 2.4, which is 120. And if it is in naira, you can just put in, let's say 120,000. Still gives us the same value. But if you don't have discount on that, you can just let that be. Then if once that is not selected, if you have a customer note and terms and conditions that you want to apply, and also if you want to attach any other documents for this purchase order, you can do that. Then for email communication, you see the email address for Salif Yaya, the contact person from this ABC Agro, and if you want to add new, you can still add. Okay, so from this you can go ahead and save and send, that is to the email address, or save as a draft. Okay, so we're going to save as a draft. Then you can see the document here. You can go ahead and download or also send. So this is how you create a purchase order from Zoho Books. So the next thing we're going to do is to create a bill against this purchase order that we just made. Remember, purchase order doesn't affect any of your accounts. You're just making an order in advance. It is when you receive the item. On credit, you create a bill. If you're receiving the item by paying instantly, you create for expense.